Alright, and then you put a black bead on your string and string it through this orange bead right here. And then you take another black bead and string it through this black bead down here. And then you're going to string on a orange bead and you're going to string it through this orange bead down here. So it should look like that. You should be just about done here. I think you only should have one black bead left. You should have about 5 orange beads and 1 black bead. So now you're just going to string through this bottom orange bead that you just strung on. You're going to string through it with no beads on your string. And then you're going to string on a orange bead and you're just going to string it through this black bead right here. And then you're going to string on a black bead. So this should be your last black bead that you're stringing on, and then just string it through this black bead down here. And then you're going to take a orange bead and you're just going to string it through this orange bead down here. And then you're just going to string it through this, keep it on my camera. Then we're just going to string it through this orange bead that we just strung on with no beads on your string. And then string on, so you should have about 3 orange beads. So just string on your orange bead, string it through this bottom black bead here. And then string on your other orange bead, string it through this orange bead. And then you're just going to string it through this orange bead that we just strung on with no beads on our string. And then you're going to string on your last orange bead and then string it through this orange bead down here. And then that should be the last time you string a bead on. And then you just tighten it. And it should look something... It should look something like this. So it should look like a peace sign and a heart. So now you're just going to take this string that you just strung through here, and you're going to string it through this orange bead, this orange bead, this orange bead, this orange bead, and this orange bead. So string it through all of these ones. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You should be stringing it through these 5 orange beads. So I'm just going to do that. Alright, so once you strung it through all of those orange beads down here, it should be coming out of this bead right in the corner, bottom corner-ish area. I don't know how you'd explain that part, but it should be coming out of this bead. So now with this string, you're just going to string it through 1, 2, these 2 orange beads here. So that should tighten it up a fair bit. And now what you're going to do, so it should be coming out of this orange bead here. You're just going to string it through this orange bead going in this direction. So it should look sort of like this going into that side. and then just pull it through. So now it should be coming out of this direction like that. And now what you're gonna do is just string it through this black bead right here, and then this black bead. So I don't know if you can see that, but this one and this one. So once you're done stringing it through these two black beads, should be coming out there, you're just going to string it through this orange bead, the bottom one here. So once it's coming out of that bottom orange bead in this corner, you're just then going to string it through all these black beads. So you're going to string it through this black bead, 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 and this black bead. So did you get that? It goes from this orange one to this black one, to this one, to this one, up to this one, down to this one, down to this one, up to these two. I hope you can see that. And yeah, so just string through all those black beads. Alright, so once you're done stringing through all of those black beads, you're just going to then tighten it up a bit and then flatten it out on the surface. So it kind of looks like it's a smiley face sort of, but yeah. I guess it could have two meanings, a peace sign and a smiley face, if you want to look at it both ways. But anyways, so now you have this string, the first string, coming out of this orange bead down here, and then you have this other string coming out of this black bead here. So the one that's coming out of the black bead, the one that you just strung through, you're then going to string it through this orange bead right here. Now you should have a string coming out of this bead and a string coming out of that bead. So once it's like that, you're good to tie it. So just go ahead and tie it. Once you're done tying it should look like that, and it should be tied. And then you can just cut these things off, and it will look like that. So I hope that tutorial was easy to follow. I hope you understood it. I hope I explained it well. If not, I'm sorry. I'll try and get better as I do them. Your feedback is appreciated very muchly. It helps me get better at doing these tutorials, because as you know, I only have a few tutorials up on my channel now, so I'm fairly new at this whole candy thing. But I love doing candy. It's so much fun, and I love teaching other people stuff. But yes, so that was the end of how to make a candy heart with a peace sign in the middle. So it was only, I think, two parts. Anyways, thank you and goodbye.